Hi guys, happy Thursday. Yeah, been very busy the last 2 days, so have not had a chance to even get on, well, at night, but I don't do videos at night because I'm too tired. So, we left off with, what did we leave off with? I don't remember. The consecration of the Pentacle. So now we will finish up with the consecration ritual for the dagger. So, and I don't like the word weapon. It's not a weapon, it's a tool. Oh, it's really warm in here. Alright, so step 1 for the consecration ritual for your dagger would be do the watchtower ritual up to step 14. So, now step 2, we face east and hold your air dagger in your left hand. In your right hand, you hold the rainbow wand by the orange stripe. So this stripe is associated with Gemini and the element of air, so makes sense. Alright, so the air dagger should be held horizontally. The Hebrew and sigils are traced in the air over it with the black end of the rainbow wand. And then you'll say, O thou who art timeless, thou who art mother and father of all things, thou who dost clothe thyself with the forces of nature, as we don a robe by the holy and divine name Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, whereto thou art known in this quarter by the secret name of Mizrak, I beseech thee to grant me strength and inner vision, so as I search for inner wisdom within thy hidden light. I butchered that. Completely butchered that. Alright, so step 3, you're going to continue saying, I humbly request as a student of thy mystic laws that thee mayest cause thy archangel Raphael to guide me on my holy journey. Please also direct thy angel Chasan to watch over me as I traverse the mystic pathways of the universe. Alright, now step 4. Continue saying, may the ruler of air, the powerful prince Ariel, by permission of the Eternal One, increase and strengthen the secret forces and virtues of this dagger so that I may use it to perform those magical rituals for which it has been fashioned. So it is to this end that I now perform this rite of consecration in the presence of divine of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. Now, step 5. You're going to replace the rainbow wand on the altar, pick up the dagger used for doing the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, in your right hand, and move to the east, and slowly trace a large air-invoking pentagram in the air over the dagger, which it should still be in your left hand as well. So, while saying, so, by the 3 holy names of God, born upon the banners of the east, Oro, Iba, Ha, Ao, Zadpi, I summon the O great king of the east, Bata'i Vaha, to be here now, to increase the effect of this ritual, whose purpose is to consecrate this magical dagger. Give it power in now, to be more than capable in all works of air, so that by it I may find a strong defense and powerful weapon to direct the spirits of the elements as dictated by the one whom naught but silence can express. Wow. Alright, so yeah, we're really getting into it, so I like this. I like this, if I could get the actual watchtower ritual down and the pentagrams, or not the pentagrams, but the hexagram. I just completely suck at the hexagrams, so I don't know. But I will get that down. So, now step 6. Replace the dagger used for the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram back on the altar and return to the east, and hold the air dagger pointed up at chest level and say, Almighty princes of the great eastern quadrangle, I invoke you and ask that ye hear my petition and be here now. Bestow upon this dagger the strength and purity whereof ye are masters, so that its outward and material form may be a true symbol of its invoked inner and spiritual force. Can't talk today. Can't talk. Step 7. Circumambulate. I love that word. I hated it. Now I like it. To the south. Hold the air dagger. Point up over your head and say, O thou resplendent angel, ex-Jazda, thou who rulest the fiery abodes of air, I invoke thee, and ask that thou mayest hear my petition, and be here now. Confer upon this dagger those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Now, step 8. Move to the west, and again hold the air dagger on high, and say, O thou resplendent angel, Ehit Pod thou who rulest the watery abodes of air, I invoke thee, and ask that thou hear my petition, and be here now. Confer upon this dagger those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Didn't butcher that one as bad. Step 9. Move to the east and hold the air dagger on high, pointing up, and say, O thou resplendent angel, Erazadla, however you say that, who rulest the abodes of pure and permeating air, I invoke thee and ask that thou hear my petition, and be here now. Confer upon this dagger those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Yeah, you'll get the hang of it after you say this a couple times. Step 10. You move to the north and hold the air dagger as before, pointing up chestward, and say, So, O thou resplendent angel, et enba-ra, thou who rulest the densest abodes of air, I invoke thee and ask that thou hear my petition, and be here now. Confer upon this dagger those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. The arts and thous, and yeah, they just are not making sense today. They're not coming out right. Alright, now step 11. You do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram with two differences. So A, use the air dagger instead of the ritual dagger. Okay, my hair, yeah, I don't like my hair today. Alright, and then B, trace the invoking pentagram of air rather than the vanishing pentagram of earth. So we're just kind of switching it up just a tiny bit. Not bad. So step 12, replace the now charged and consecrated air dagger in its appropriate place on the altar, and finish by performing steps 15 to 20 of the Watchtower ritual. That's, I understand the concept of the Watchtower ritual. It's just, it's yeah, I need those flashcards like we were talking about in the earlier chapters. Now we have the consecration for the ritual of the chalice. And I really think I need to get a new chalice. I'm not happy with my chalice. I mean, I love it. I've had it since I was 13, literally. I have almost all my tools. 13 and before. So that says quite a bit. So I'm not sure which. I don't know. I guess, I mean, it's a good... I want a Baphomet. Yeah, a Baphomet goblet. Much better. Alright, so, what kind of chalices do you guys use? Anything specific? Anything neat? I used to be obsessed with the one when I was, let's see, The Craft came out in 1994. So yeah, I was probably a preteen. I always was obsessed with the chalice that they used in The Craft. Don't know why. Finally got one, now I hate it. Now it's in the closet somewhere. But finally did get the dagger from, well, not from, but a dagger that's very similar to what they used in The Craft, but yeah. Anyways, so here is the consecration ritual for the chalice. So step 1, do the opening by Watchtower. The Watchtower ritual steps 1 through 14. Step 2, take the cup in your right hand and hold the rainbow wand by its amber band with your right hand. You take the cup in your left hand and hold the rainbow one by its amber band with your right hand. So the amber band is associated with the astrological sign Cancer and element water. So hold the chalice in a normal fashion, and again use the black end of the rainbow wand to trace the letters and sigils in the air above the cup, and say, O thou who art timeless, thou who art mother and father of all things, thou who dost clothe thyself with the forces of nature, as we don a robe, by thy holy and divine name El, whereto thou art known in this quarter, by the secret name Mi-Arab, I beseech thee to grant me strength and inner vision as I search for inner wisdom within thy hidden light. So, okay, hold on. Alright, now step 3. Continue saying, I humbly request, as a student of thy mystic laws, that thee mayest cause thy archangel, Gabriel, to guide me on my holy journey. Please also direct thy angel, Dalihat, to watch over me and protect me as I traverse the mystic pathways of the universe. Now step 4. Continue saying, may the ruler of water, the powerful prince, Tharsis, by permission of the Eternal One, increase and strengthen the secret forces and virtues of this chalice, so that I may use it to perform those magical rituals for which it has been fashioned. It is to this end that I now perform this rite of consecration in the presence divine of El. Alright, now step 5. Place the rainbow wand on the altar as before, and pick up the dagger used in the last vanishing ritual of the pentagram. Move to the west. With the dagger, slowly trace a large water-invoking pentagram in the air over the cup, while saying, while over the cup, while saying, wow, too much sun. By the 3 secret holy names of God, born upon the banner of the West. Empehe Arcel Gaiol, I summon thee, O great King of the West. Ira Osel, to be here now, to increase the effect of this ritual, whose purpose is to consecrate this magical chalice. Give it power, and now, to be more than capable in all works of water, so that by it I may find a strong defense, and a powerful weapon, to direct the spirits of the elements as dictated by the one whom naught but silence can express. Different? A little bit different than a traditional witchcraft consecration, where you just the left ring finger, a little saliva, 3 X's. Be thou consecrated in beauty, the hallowing mind of the old ones, and increase thy spirit by sun, moon, and stars, sky and earth, water, and fire. And then you blow on it 3 times. I find that much easier than this, but this is very important too. So, where'd I go? Step 6. Replace the dagger on the altar and return to the west, face outward. Hold the chalice at your chest level and say, O mighty princes of the great western quadrangle, I invoke you and ask that ye hear my petition, and be here now. Bestow upon this chalice the strength and purity whereof ye are masters, so that its outward and material form may be a true symbol of its invoked inner and spiritual force. Now, step 7. There's that word again. Circumambulate to the south and hold the cup on high and say, O thou powerful angel, Henuel Rex, thou who rulest the fiery waters, I invoke thee. Be here now. Endue this chalice with those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. It's very different. These are just, very, very different. So, not a bad different. I personally don't think, but just different nonetheless. Dang sunburn. So yeah, they're different. Where did I go? Step 4. Right? No. No. Step 6. Alright, now. Wait, no. I don't know where I went, you guys. Step 6. Replace the dagger on the altar and return to the west. Face outward. Hold the chalice at the chest level. Okay, already read that. Step 7. Wait a minute, I already read that one too. Step 8. Move to the west. Hold the cup on high and say. Alright, here we go. Although, O thou powerful angel, Hitadima, thou who rulest the pure and fluid waters, I invoke thee, be here now, and do this chalice with those magical powers, which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits, over whom thou art Lord. Step 9. Move to the east, hold the cup on high, and say, Although, O thou powerful angel, Heteada, thou who rulest the airy waters, I invoke thee, be here now, and do this chalice with those magical qualities, magical powers, which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Wow. Mascara is sticking to my bottom lashes. Step 10. Here's that word again. Circumambulate to the north, hold the cup on high, and say. I love that word, I don't know why. O thou powerful angel, Hemagiel, thou who rulest the dense qualities of water, I invoke thee. Be here now, and do this chalice with those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. It's doing it again. Alright, step 11. You're going to do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram with 2 differences. A. Use the cup instead of the usual dagger. Now B. Trace the invoking pentagram of water instead of the usual banishing pentagram of earth. Very simple. Very simple. Do I have new growth? No. Sorry. Anyways, here we go. So, step 12. Replace the now charged and consecrated chalice in its appropriate place on the altar. Finish by performing the closing by watchtower, which are steps 15 through 20 of the watchtower ritual. There's too many steps with that ritual, with all of them. I really wish Donald Michael Craig would have given the summaries, because that is what helps. But if we do our own summaries, it's more personalized. So I kind of understand really where he's coming from then. Alright, so when finished, wrap the cup in a piece of cotton or silk. So it should be in blue in color, but white will do. So allow no one else to touch it. Alright, so that does make sense. But so how are you guys? Do you guys use these types of ceremonial magic for your tools? Or do you do, what kind of consecration do you do? I would love to know. Alright, so the rite is finished. So now, finally we move to the last of our consecration rites. While it is true that continual usage of the magical tools will have the effect of charging and consecrating them, I think mine have. For quite many years. I think they're already imbued. So, alright. It's also true that doing these rituals, even if you only do them once in your life, will speed up the process many times over. However, it's also suggested that you repeat these rituals occasionally, perhaps once or twice a year. As you develop as a magician, so too will your ability to change, or charge, empower, and consecrate your tools. Can't talk today. Another purpose of these consecration rituals is allow you to see how one basic ritual, through small variations, becomes applicable to other purposes. In this case, a ritual used to consecrate one magical item by changing a few words and actions becomes usable for consecrating other tools. In time, you will see the importance of this idea. I already see it. I like it. I love it. So it's also important to discuss these consecration rituals as they would be performed in a ceremonial situation. So that is how they should be done in group working. So to answer this, we must again look back to the Golden Dawn. So to that organization, the consecrations were a symbol of a person's passing from the outer mystical order, which is the Golden Dawn, and into the inner magical order, the RR and AC. Thus, the person doing the consecrations should either do them privately or only with those who have already done their consecrations. No one else should watch. So this is a very private ritual for your tools. You're connecting with them. So those who do watch should add their visualizations to those of the person doing the consecration. So it's important that the person doing the consecration do the entire ritual by him, herself, or herself. So it's pretty, you kind of need to do them. So this is the consecration ritual for the fire wand. So step 1, perform the opening by watchtower. I have got to get some flashcards, or those note cards, index cards, and do this. Step 2, take the fire wand in your left hand and hold the rainbow wand in your right hand by the red band. So this band is associated with Aries and the magical element of fire. So the fire wand should be held horizontally, and, as usual, the tracings in the air should be done with the black end of the rainbow wand. So face south and say, O thou who art timeless, thou who art mother and father of all things, thou who dost clothe thyself with the forces of nature as we don a robe, by thy holy and divine name Elohim, whereto thou art known in this quarter by the secret name Dharam, I beseech thee to grant me strength and inner vision as I search for inner wisdom within thy hidden light. So step 3, continue saying, I humbly request as a student of thy mystic laws that thee mayest cause thy archangel Michael to guide me on my holy journey. Please also direct thy angel Ariel to watch over me and protect me as I traverse thy mystic pathways of the universe. Now, step 4, continue saying, may the ruler of fire, the powerful prince Seraph, by the permission of the Eternal One, increase and strengthen the secret forces and virtues of this wand, so that I may use it to perform those magical rituals for which it has been fashioned. So it is to this end that I now perform this rite of consecration in the presence of divine Elohim. Step 5. Place the rainbow wand back on the altar and pick up the dagger, usually used for doing the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Return to the south, that way, for me, that way, with the dagger, making a large invoking pentagram of fire. Invoking, we go up, 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 up. There we go. Alright, so, where did I go? Okay, so, yeah, over the horizontally held fire wand, and as you say, by the 3 sacred holy names of God born upon the banners of the south. Oh, alright, here we go, some really hard Hebrew words. Ohipe, Te'a'a, Pe'ode, Pe-Duke. There we go. I summon thee, O great king of the south. Here we go with another one. Edel Per Na'a, to be here now, to increase the effect of this ritual, whose purpose is to consecrate this magical wand, give it power, and now it to be more than capable in all works of fire, so that by it I may find a strong defense, and a powerful weapon to direct the spirits of the elements, as is dictated by the one whom naught but silence can express. So yeah, these actually they're pretty lengthy. Not bad, but just a little lengthy. Step 6. Replace the dagger on the altar and return to the south. And now you're going to hold the fire wand horizontally, right at your chest level. And say, O mighty princes of the great southern quadrangle, I invoke you and ask that ye hear my petition, and be here now. Bestow upon this wand the strength and purity whereof ye are masters, so that its outward material form may be a true symbol of its invoked inner and spiritual force. Now step 7, here's that word again. What word is it, guys? Circumambulate. Once around the circle until you return to the south. Hold the wand above your head with the pointed end up, and say, O thou mighty angel, Bezad-i Zad-ah, thou who rulest the 4 angels of the most fiery fire. I invoke thee. Be here now, and press into this wand those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Step 8. We don't have that word yet. It's coming. It's coming. Step 8. Move to the west and hold the wand on high, and say, O thou might? Really? Shouldn't that be mighty? O thou mighty angel, Bayana, thou who rulest the 4 angels of fluid fire, I invoke thee. Be here now, and press into this wand and those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. That was a tongue twister. A big one. Step 9. Move to the east, raise the wand, and say, O thou mighty angel, Bedopea. There we go. Thou who rulest the 4 angels of the ethereal fire, I invoke thee. Be here now, and press into this wand those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Now, step 10. Oh, we don't have the circumambulate anymore. In a similar manner, upon moving to the north, say, O thou mighty angel, Bepezaka, thou who rulest the 4 angels of the densest fire of earth, I invoke thee. Be here now, and press into this wand those magical powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. Step 11. Do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram with 2 differences. A. Use the fire wand instead of the ritual dagger. B. Trace the invoking pentagram of fire instead of the usual banishing pentagram of earth. Step 12. Replace the now charged and consecrated fire wand in its appropriate place on your altar, and finish by performing the closing by watchtower. Use a piece of red or white cotton or silk to cover the fire wand. Now it's finished. So all of your items are consecrated now. I wonder if they should always be wrapped, because I just keep mine out. I always do. I just keep my ritual tools completely just out. So sometimes, I mean, like my black mirror is covered, but I think that's just me. So I don't know. Okay. Now. Okay, so when you have finished performing these rites to your satisfaction, so we are harder judges of ourselves than we are of others. Yes, we are our worst enemy. Always. You will no longer be a beginner or a neophyte in the world of magic. Very few have started down the path leading to a magical way of life. Fewer passed the first few faltering steps. That's very true. So it's a minuscule number, indeed, who can claim to be true masters of magical art. So, no, you are by no means a master of ceremonial magic, even if you have really practiced and learned from these 6 lessons. But from my experience, if you have practiced and learned, you probably are more knowledgeable and magically adept than 75 to 95% of those calling themselves magicians. Study, practice, patience. You have got to dedicate your entire life to a magical path. Whatever path it is, you have got to dedicate your whole life. It's rewarding in the end. It's very, very rewarding. So, alright, so this is true even though you have not, as yet done any real practical or gray magic. So, I think what we all do, because of our, previous basis and grounds of what we do. So it's not well known, but there are really only 2 inner orders in the Golden Dawn. No members of the outer order were supposed to know about either of these inner orders or their workings. One of these inner orders had only 1 degree and taught no magic. It was where people who were judged to have no magical skills were placed. So, wow, what is that? That reminds me of something. I don't remember. It's something I've watched on Netflix. I know it. Even they were not aware of the full meaning of the magical inner order, the RRETAC. So the name is the Latin abbreviation for Red Roses and Gold Cross. To get into the RRNAC, you needed to be invited. So once you were invited, it was your task to make and consecrate your magical tools. Alright, so that kind of reminds me of the magicians. Is that what I'm trying to say? Is that what I'm thinking? What? This is, I mean, like, deja vu. Well, I know deja vu is only, and this is funny, science proves this now. So deja vu is only us, our brains trying to correct an incorrect memory. Isn't that funny? So, and I do believe that now. It makes sense. Alright, so now, entry into a grade of a magical order was done by initiation, meaning to start. So a person did not have the full abilities of a degree when he or she entered that degree, only theoretically, when it was left or completed. So, therefore, for all magical purposes, if you have done the work, done the study, and understand what you are doing, for all reasonable purposes, you have entered the grade of Adeptus Minor. So, if you guys have done all of this, I've done this all, except for a few. Furthermore, so long as you do not claim that grade as a result of initiation into a particular group, I see no reason why you should not consider yourself and describe yourself as an Adeptus Minor. Although rarely used, the appropriate title of this grade for a woman is Adepta Minora. So we have the feminine and the masculine, the A and the O. So it is therefore appropriate that you take for yourself an obligation to the magical path. So once you have done this, you are an Adeptus Minor, a person prepared to be a wizard and magician. Witch, I like witch better, it just makes more sense, so. Alright. What do we have to do? Alright, we'll go on to this one. So, this is the ritual Magickal Obligation. Alright, so step 1. Set up your temple and do the opening by watchtower. Step 2. Say the following self-obligation. I state your magical name or your motto. Do this day spiritually bind myself to a magical way of life. I will to the utmost lead an unselfish life and will prove myself a faithful and devoted servant to the divine sources of all, who works in silence and not but silence can express. The unity beyond duality, the unity beyond comprehensible unity. I will keep secret all practical and theoretical knowledge from those who, in my judgment, are not ready to receive it. For to tell the truth to someone who is not ready to accept it is the same as telling that person a lie. I will not claim to be anything more than I am, a student of the magical way of life, light, love, and freedom. Not being an initiate of an order, I will not initiate anyone. I will perform all practical magic in a place concealed and apart from the gaze of the outer world. I will not display my magical implements nor reveal the use of them to those who are not at a level where they need to know of them. I will not make any symbol or talisman for those who are not truly in need of such help. Before those with little knowledge of magic, I will only perform simple and well-known techniques, keeping the deeper wisdom and methods for those who are themselves ready to learn. This makes sense. I like this. I further promise and swear that with divine permission I will, from this day forward, apply myself to the great work, which is to purify and exalt my spiritual nature, so that, with the divine aid, I may at length attain to be more than human, and thus gradually rise and unite myself to my higher and divine genius. And that, in this event, I will not abuse the greater power entrusted to me. I furthermore solemnly pledge never to work at any important magical task without first invoking the highest divine names connected therewith. I especially pledge not to debase my knowledge of practical magic to purposes of evil and self-seeking. If, in spite of this pledge, I do so, then I invoke the avenging angel, Phew, that the evil may react on me. I promise to treat all people with equality, no matter their race, religion, or sex. I will not slander, I will not lie, I will not spread rumors. This is common sense. I undertake to continue my practices of the magical way of life. I work with others, whether I work with others, or am unassisted. So finally, if in my travels I should meet a stranger who claims magical knowledge, I will examine him or her before acknowledging that such is the case. I will reveal to that person nothing of the inner wisdom I have gained, save that which I could give to any man or woman, until I am sure that his or her claim to knowledge is true. Wow. So, such are the word of this, my obligation, as an adeptus minor, or adepta minora, whereunto I pledge myself in the presence of the Divine One, and of the great avenging angel, Phew, by my own will, and under their watchful vision. If I fail to keep my magical obligation, may my magical powers cease until that time when I can rightfully have them once again given unto me. So help me with my mighty and secret soul. That's a very intense. Make sure you're ready for that kind of obligation. So, step 3, you're going to finish with the closing by watchtower. That's a pretty serious, that's very, very serious right there. A serious magical obligation. So, tomorrow we will go on to part 7. So this was, what did we go over today? We went over a lot, actually. Alright, so we have done the consecration of the dagger, the chalice, what else? The fire wand, and we have went over the ritual of magical obligation. And we will finish tomorrow. So, this will be fun for a Friday. Alright, guys. Wow, I am sore from yard work. So anyways, I will see you all tomorrow. What else? Ooh, Ouija Pop, revised edition. Turned 1-year-old today. Oh, my baby. So, alright guys, I love you all. And thank you guys for watching. All my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So, thank you guys for watching and sticking around and still being here. I love it. I love you all. And everybody have a great day.